Hey everyone, it is Sunday, March 27th. The time is around 3:10 p.m. and the temperature right now is around -4 degrees Celsius. That was the 510 Spadina streetcar I just got off. And there's a look south down Spadina Avenue. And for this one, I'll be going for a walk around the perimeter of the Alexandra Park neighborhood. So I'll be starting from here at the intersection of Queen Street West and Spadina. And then I think I'll head north up Spadina. And then when I get to Dundas Street, I'll head east, or sorry, rather west along Dundas, over to Bathurst, and then south down to Queen, and then I'll walk along Queen, and I'll finish up right here. And there goes a 501 Queen streetcar. This is certainly a lot colder than it's been the past few days. It's been as low as -6 today, and we actually had some snow overnight and into the morning. So this is north up the west side of Spadina. And I'll be heading into Chinatown soon. That's coming up in a few blocks. There's a look into Alexandra Park. And that neighborhood is bound to the east here by Spadina, and it's bound to the north by Dundas, to the west by Bathurst, and to the south by Queen Street. And I think it'll be around 2.5 kilometers or so to make my way around this neighborhood. I've done a walk like this before, I think about a year ago, but I went in the other direction. I remember heading west along Queen Street to start that one. And there was a Greek independence parade up on the Danforth earlier today, but I slept in for that. And they also broke ground on the Ontario line. That's a new subway line. It'll start up in North York actually, and then it'll head south down to the Leslieville neighborhood, then it'll head west and eventually finish up, I think, at Exhibition Place. There's one of many cannabis boutiques in the area, or rather in the entire city. And I think here at Sullivan Street is where Chinatown formerly begins. And that's the Grange Park neighborhood over that way. And here's the Chinatown Center on the left. There's the former Super 8 hotel. And I just tried to look up and realized my camera wouldn't point up. I have it in tilt lock mode. Let me just fix that. There we go. So that was an 84 unit hotel. And it was taken over by the city, and it'll be turned, if it hasn't yet already, into shelter for youth. Hong Kong Island Dim Sum House. And given that Alexandra Park is so close to Chinatown, it's not surprising that the primary non-English language spoken here is Cantonese. And then that's followed by Mandarin and other various dialects of Chinese. I think in total it's a little over 30%. And there's also a large Vietnamese population in Alexandra Park as well. I think the total population is only somewhere around 4,000. Although back in the 20s and 30s, it was mostly immigrants from Poland and Ukraine that settled in that area. And this is Dundas and Spadina just up ahead here. There's Dragon City. So this would be the main intersection in Chinatown. And I am going to throw a glove on my right hand. This wind has picked up. It's getting quite cold. So this stretch of Dundas here is considered part of Chinatown, although just to the north is the Kensington Market neighborhood. There is a Juicy Dumpling. We have one of those in Midtown Toronto. And it's a move-in fat tire e-bike. That's what I ride. So the north side of Dundas here is quite developed. There's a lot of retail and that sort of thing, but on the south side, there's some apartments that compose of Alexandra Park. There's actually a very extensive redevelopment of Alexandra Park that's ongoing, and that started back in 2014. There's a lot of community housing and cooperatives in that area. And the redevelopment project is seeing them all either replaced or refurbished. I don't know if refurbished is the right word for an apartment. Here's a look at the existing housing stock. So it looks and feels kind of similar to what Regent Park used to be. There's the Atkinson Housing Co-op. And the redevelopment will consist of market rate condos and rent geared to income units. Supposedly none of the existing residents are going to be displaced. I can just cut across through here. I have done a walk where I toured around inside of Alexandra Park, and I'll probably go back and redo something like that pretty soon. And there's Augusta Avenue. That'll take you right up to the heart of Kensington Market. There's looking at some of the ongoing redevelopment. This development is known as Market, a master planned community. And the developer to this one is Tridel. I think they might also be behind a lot of the redevelopment at the current phase of Regent Park. There is Ryerson Public School. There's a look south down Denison Avenue. So coming up is Bathurst Street, and that's where I'll turn south and head down to Queen Street West, then I'll head back over to where I started. There's a large community center here, complete with a big outdoor pool. There it is, the Scanning Court Community Center. There's Toronto Western Hospital. That food vendor's not open. Looks like a cycling repair shop. Free settlement services for newcomers. Don't know when exactly these places are open. Oh, this one has hours on it. Sunday closed. Otherwise around 11:30 to 7 or 8. Little banh mi shop, closed for winter season. Even though it's spring, it certainly feels like a day in the middle of winter. There's the Charles R. Sanderson branch of the Toronto Public Library. Alexandra Park itself was named after Queen Alexandra. And this is Dundas and Bathurst. Now I'm walking south down the east side of Bathurst. And there used to be a large estate right in here. I'm bad with names, but I think it was a Polish engineer from the 1800s who originally owned a big estate on this plot of land. His name was Kazimierz Gazowski, if I got that right. And the city of Toronto took over the property in 1904 and turned it into a park. And there's a couple of large outdoor skating rinks in the park. And here's what happens after all the ice starts to melt. This area is also quite popular with skateboarders. And there's another ice rink right next to it here. Or at least there was an ice rink here. And there is the Qinghuaq Buddhist Temple. And to my knowledge, that's the only Buddhist temple in the area. There was a Buddhist temple featured in the movie Turning Red. That's a Pixar movie set in Toronto. But that one was fictional. Here goes a 511 Bathurst streetcar. That'll be heading up to Bathurst Station. So I think the larger neighborhood on the right is called Trinity Bellwoods. That sits just north of the West Queen West neighborhood. And to the south of Alexandra Park is the Fashion District. Sashimi. What is that? Steam baths, private rooms open 24 hours. Original wet and dry steams. I don't think that place is operating anymore. And here's a streetcar turnaround. So you often see the 501 Queen streetcars that are doing a short turn will come up here and turn around. And with the construction of the Relief line, or rather the Ontario line going in, there's going to be a lot of diverting of streetcars on Queen Street, particularly around the intersection of Queen and Yonge. That's an interesting looking property. Alright, and it's back to Queen Street.
Any got?
So this stretch of Queen West has continued to gentrify over the years. There's a look to the west. That guy behind me had rather squeaky shoes. I just decided to kind of pull over, let him go past. There is the Bovine Sex Club. There's New York subs and burritos. Or rather, there was. I remember going there a long time ago, and there used to be a Subway sandwiches right next to it, which was kind of confusing. And this is Portland Street. And there's the Velvet Underground.
Well, he had to probably because of the relationship, but
And it's a Wendy's. I think that's where the hideout used to be. Almost rolled my ankle on the sidewalk there. There was part of the sidewalk missing. I kind of awkwardly stepped into it. Oops. And here's Augusta Avenue, although it does get cut off by what was one of the housing developments up north that's currently being redeveloped. And it continues again on the north side of Dundas. Hello. Oh, okay, recognize me. There's friendly people all over these streets. 501H Queen number. And just to the south of here, running parallel to Queen, is Graffiti Alley. There's a look into it. It's kind of cool. Guy in camouflage. Okay, and I am back. For some reason, my camera just stopped recording. And I didn't notice until I walked all the way to Queen and Spadina, and then I had to go back and watch to see where the camera actually stopped recording, and it was right around here. It didn't beep or give me any warning. And this camera's been acting up lately. I hope it doesn't do something like that on a scooter or e-bike ride where I can't really see that it stopped recording. And here we are back to where this one started at Queen and Spadina. Alright, I'm going to figure out if I should go home or record another video. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And just a reminder, if you wish to support the channel, there are links to my YouTube channel membership and Patreon membership in the description. And I also have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. That was an interesting looking bike. All right, thank you for watching. Stay warm, stay safe, and I will catch you on the next one.